Hi everybody, this is Nancy Miller, children's book author and illustrator, and I wanted to share with you just this past month for May, for AANHIP month, I was an actual guest at the Smithsonian National Asian Museum of Art IlluminAsia Book Fair, and so my book Sun, Moon, and Star, Folktale from Korea was there, and it was so lovely to connect with, it must have been over 100 different families that I met that came through, and we did a fun little craft that tied into my picture book. So in this video, I'm going to show you what we did. And then if you're interested, you can always do that at home with your family and friends. So I'm going to switch it over to overhead so you guys can see how I'm working. All right. See you soon. Hi friends, so we're above my actual studio table. So here are the things you're going to need to make this cute little clay rattle tiger. So I just wanted to show you, you're going to need 2 bags of this air dry foam clay. This is so much fun to play with. It feels like playing with like marshmallows, and so it's great. You can buy this in bulk online on Amazon. You want to have a little bottle of glue, 2 wiggly eyes, a Sharpie marker, and then you don't have to actually use this kind of clay tool. If you have a popsicle stick, that would work great. This is for adding textures. Okay, index card as well, just for you to work on, because the air dry foam clay tends to stick really well to whatever you place it down with. Okay, so I used 2 bags, but you could probably get away with 1. The easiest thing I learned while I was presenting at the Smithsonian is that just tear the bag for this stuff. So the first part is creating this part of the tiger's face, which is a certain kind of 2D shape, it looks like. And so think about what kind of shape that could be. Yep, that it's a circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll the clay in our hands, or you can roll it on the index card. It'll be a little stickier. And then what I tell folks to do is pat it down until you get something like a cookie. Kind of reminds me of like a peanut butter cookie, which makes me hungry. Okay, so once I have this cookie shape, I'm going to go to the next bag here, and I tear this open, and this is going to create the other parts. So I use this for the snout, the ears, and then the body. Some of the participants, they got very creative and crafty. They made tails, they made a whole body. So I tell people, you know, go ahead and make it the way you want to make it. So I tore off like a marble size amount, and then I roll it, and this is going to be my ear, and I'm forming this clay tiger. If you wanted to look at actual pictures of tigers, you could do that. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more just so you can see it better. There we go. And then all I have to do is use my finger to blend it in. If you do not have orange, because a lot of times you can buy it at Michael's and Walmart, but it's not going to be this particular color. Usually it's white. I'm doing this the second time. You can color it with a Crayola marker. So I had my students teach me that. You can use a Crayola marker and draw on the white and then blend it together with your fingers. Some of the kids got really creative to make it more 3D and stick out. And then the last part of it, I just split it in 2, in half, roll it in my hands, and that becomes the snout. And you can make it whatever shape. Some kids did something that was more 3D. Some made it flat. And this last part, I'll make it for the body, and then I spread it out. And I always blend things together. It just with my finger. It's super smooth. It is stretchy. It's so much fun to play with this stuff. All right. So once I have everything down, I'm going to go ahead and press in my little eyes. Okay, so this is what I tell people. See, I pull it out because with temperature change, sometimes things pop out. So I just use a little dot of glue. A little dot, not a lot. So that way the eyes have a little extra strength. And I just press in like that. If you want to really make it 3D, see, I can really push in. Okay, so next I want to add some implied textures. Like I said, you could use a popsicle stick, and that would, even a pencil would work. Okay, so and maybe I want to make a nose that is more triangular, see, and I can press in, see, and so I create more depth. And then if I wanted to, maybe I'm just going to make some textures, make it look furry, because this will dry and won't be so mushy. Okay. And you can take your time and do it however you'd like. Okay, Sharpie marker. This is the great thing. You can actually draw with this permanent marker. Just remember, if you get this on your clothing, it's gonna stain. So yeah, I just used a permanent marker, and this is called the fine point Sharpie. And then I can actually draw some of these stripes. Yay. Well, this is really fun. And if you want to, maybe go back in here. Maybe I want it to stick out a little bit more. Maybe I want to draw whiskers. Kind of looking more cheetah-like because I kind of didn't make full-on stripes. But that's okay. It's just fun to play. Okay. So once you have this done, don't forget, if you are making this with your friends, make sure you put your name. And then I would let this dry completely. Once it dries completely, you can peel it off the white index card, and then you'll have your finished little tiger. Yay! All right, everybody. So I always like to have something a little extra when you have people who finish early. So maybe you're working on this tiger with your friends. So here is a little drawing sheet. It's a coloring sheet with a tiger on it that I drew from some of my early process work from my book. And so I would love to see what you do to finish off my drawing and color it in. Now, my tiger in my story was set in like the Korean mountains. Now, you don't have to have it set in the Korean mountains. You can put it wherever, maybe a jungle, maybe an urban city. Yeah, maybe it's roaming down your neighborhood. And what would that look like? So you can draw it in pencil and color that in. Now on the other side, and there will be a link in the description box so you can download this PDF. It's totally for free. All right, so I did some research. Like any good author illustrator, we're looking to learn more about what we're creating our stories for, and it also helps make it believable. So I really got into looking at Minhwa, Korean folk painting of the people. And so I did some research, and I provided some information on this one-page sheet so that you can learn more about it. Some is based for children, and then some of it's for the grown-ups who might be watching this with you. So you'll have to check it out and see how much you want to learn, and yeah, enjoy. I would love to see if you finish off your drawing, take a picture of it, and tag me so I know what you did and where your tiger is. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.